Thank you for joining the Syndicate Network and your host, Skywalker the Jedi. Skywalker the Jedi.
What's going on? What's up, y'all? What's going on? It's your boy Sky back at y'all with another one. We are back and we are live. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. Hope you had a great day. Locking in with the kid late night. And that's what we about to get going. Much love, much love, much love. We got Mysterious Stranger in there earlier saying no old man Batfleck talk in this stream. Oh, hey, we gonna discuss that tomorrow. All right, I'm gonna let everybody get their little takes out. You know what I mean? I'm gonna let everybody get their little takes out. Just give them that rope. And tomorrow, right, we gonna go bring them back down to earth. You know what I mean? And I even may feel a little generous tomorrow. I may even offer something up. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. Right? We got DC Talk in the building. We got Qatar in here, bro. What's going on? We got Sin Havoc 5150. What's going on? We got Bass Reeves in here. What's going on? Vegeta, much love. We got the good Austin. He said just send some producer notes. Gonna send some. Hey, much love, bro. We in here. We in here. All right. He said, who is excited for the Dragon Ball Super remake rumor for now? Hey, they about to remake it. It's Sin Havoc saying everyone's going to learn. Hey, they about to learn for sure, for sure. We got Bat Dan in the building. He said, David Ellison is going to plummet Paramount at this point. Hey, we about to get to it. We about to get to it. What's good, Alan Belk? Much love, bro. Thank you for stopping through. We got Sean in the building. What's going on, Sean? Much love, bro. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and get through this little opening rigmarole so we can get started with the show. Make sure you guys smash that like, share, subscribe, as well as that notification bell so that you know when I'm going live or dropping a new video. You know, y'all pay attention because these shorts about to start dropping. There's going to be clips dropping. You know, we about to start streamlining stuff over here. So y'all got to be locked in. Got to be locked in. ZSJL on Netflix, Snyderverse on Netflix. That's what we over here using, you know. And that's what I want to speak about tomorrow because, like, I really could. Now, you know what? I'm going to save that. Right? This is what we've been using to talk about and promote Zack Snyder's continuation of his DC universe. Been rocking out, having tremendous strides, really been getting it in. We only just been being positive, not mixing hashtags, and not really talking to anybody over at WBD right now. Currently, just been speaking with Netflix. Been getting a lot of stuff done. You know what I mean? ZSJL on Netflix. ZSJL to Netflix on YouTube and X. Also, places where you guys should be subscribed to and following because all pertinent information will be coming from there, as well as myself and Apex Lux of the New Geeks. And if you want to sponsor a stream, Harley, what are you doing? She bugging. Whenever you guys give super chats, super thanks, gift memberships, super stickers, anything of that sort, it is tallied up, and whoever donates the most will have the name scrolling across the bottom of a following stream, like Mook Juice does tonight. Much love and appreciation, all y'all. Right? We got Josh Herrera in the building. What's going on, Josh? Much love, dog. Shout out to Josh, man. The Joker and the Robin of the sale community. You know what I mean? Who got it sold? The sale guys that got it sold. Don't ask me what's in there. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started with the show. Look, I don't even know how long is that I'm gonna be out here, you know. But I just gotta cook on this because this is insane. This is insane. So while I was gone, right? While I was on my little sabbatical hiatus, right? Whatever you want to call it. this news dropped of, hey, not only yeah. All right, for sure. All right, hey, I'm gonna lock in with that message after the stream, Austin, because I can't really read that right now. Yeah, when I went on my little sabbatical, right, and I was out doing my thing, this news dropped that David Ellison and them, Paramount, they started suing Warner Brothers. Right? They said, look, we are so upset about this Netflix deal going down that we gonna sue you, right? Just so that we can see the numbers and we can get a good understanding of why you turned us down. What? Where they do that at? Does anybody know? Anybody ever heard of that? Anybody ever say, yo, you decided to sell this to somebody else, so I'm gonna sue you so that you can show me and explain to me why you didn't sell it to me and why you sold it to somebody else that offered you a better deal. Because once again, we have to be honest, they keep saying, oh, they offer more money. They don't know. They offered what they thought the evaluation for those other networks and stuff was from Discovery Global. Right? If the people at WBD and the shareholders and the board members feel like they can get more, who are you to say, oh, no, y'all can't go get more. This is the best offer. So y'all either take it or I'm going to sue you. Right? Luckily, this nonsense didn't last too long. Right? Luckily, this nonsense didn't last too long. Right? Watch this. If you just check in over here with the Wall Street Journal, they said Warner Brothers Discovery. he said, that's none of your fucking business, Paramount. Thank you, Alan Belk. Like, what are we talking about, dog? What? Back then said Paramount could have probably gotten Discovery Global, but now WBD likely don't want to give the. Hey, look, you want to know what this reminds me of? Y'all want to know what this reminds me of? I can't even front. This reminds me of Drake suing UMG. That is what this reminds me of. This reminds me of Drake suing UMG on everything, right? It was so laughable on its face. And it's like, you gonna sue me for that? Drake got mad because he lost the battle and he tried to sue his damn record label for putting the diss record out when he put out diss records slandering somebody else, right? Now you fast forward to this situation, okay? Y'all trying to do a deal. They say, no, we're going to do business with somebody else. And you get so mad, you sue to say, yo, y'all better show me the details of the deal so I can understand better why y'all took what? Oh my God. Did somebody promise this company to y'all like a long time ago and I didn't know nothing and I didn't know about it? I don't know. Said they tried to get an affidavit and were denied. Bruh, the judge said They ain't gotta show you nothing. All right? They ain't gotta show you nothing. What you talking about? What are you talking about? They ain't gotta show you no numbers? What? You want them to explain why they what? What's going on? Nessa Noel, shout out to you. Thank you for stopping through. What up, Crown Loads? Much love, bro. And we got the homie L Necron in the building, aka L Boogie. All right. He said Netflix is like, what can I say except you're welcome? He said first red flag of that lawsuit was this company that's based in Hollywood filing it. Hey, bro, I'm telling you, man, a lot of stuff been coming out of Delaware lately, man. I don't know, bro. He said if they got denied in Maryland, that's a big they getting denied all over the place. He said, do you think everyone owes them, right? They literally said, yo, we gonna sue you so that you gotta show us why you took the deal. This other deal, right? It can't possibly be because of the fact that it was just more lucrative for you guys. Or just a better deal overall. Hey, because one, they get to keep Discovery Global. Right? Which is a big deal even in and of itself. Everybody's crashing out. Bruh, I'm seeing people say, oh my God, we should try to press charges just because, I don't think Warner Brothers should sell to anybody. Like what? The company's getting sold. That's not how this works. Anyway, Paramount lawsuit tried to force a rapid release of information, but the court ruled there was no urgency to the request. Right? Paramount failed to force WBD to disclose more information soon about his deal with Netflix when a judge denied the request Thursday. And then they're like, oh, yeah, we got to subscribe. And we ain't about to do that because we already got the information. But no. That's not how this goes. He said, do you remember the other nightmare costume that was on display at the AT&T Storyboard Museum in 2021? I think it was Carrie Kelly Robin in The Dark Knight Returns will lead in the JLT. Man, look, I'm going to have the definitive Dark Knight Returns stream tomorrow. Because I think a lot of y'all forgot what was said, Real talk. I'm going to have the definitive Zack Snyder Dark Knight Returns stream tomorrow. Because I want everybody to get their takes out there, right? I want them everybody. Because look, nope. I will talk about that tomorrow. Anyway, he said that's the most hilarious take I've seen. I don't want it to go to either, and I have my reasons for each. Oh, okay. So you just want the IP and company to die. Got you. Right? Bruh, they either wanted to die off or they wanted to get smaller. Because if it goes to Paramount, there are going to be more redundancies. Right? Y'all heard it here first. Y'all heard it here before Ted Sarandos was talking about that shit.
In this transaction, we pick up 3 businesses basically that we're not currently in. So meaning we have no redundancies currently, and one of them is a motion picture studio with a theatrical distribution machine. And so there's been a lot of speculation what we would do with this. And I think it's really important to note that we haven't talked at all about what we're going to do with this, but what we are going to do with this is we're deeply committed to releasing those movies exactly the way they've released those movies today. all three of these new businesses, we want to keep operating largely as they are. The theatrical business, we have not been talked a lot about it in the past about wanting to do it because we've never been in that business. And when this deal closes, we are in that business and we're going to do it. So think about it. If we did this deal 24 months ago, all of those movies we saw this year do so well at the box office for Warner Brothers would have been released in the same way in theaters. Talking about Minecraft, I'm talking about Superman, I'm talking about Weapons, all those movies that Sinners. These movies will be released on Netflix through theaters the way that Warner Brothers did it before, but with the Warner Brothers operating entity. We think it's really important the way that they create and the way that they drive value. We didn't buy this company to destroy that value. The second one is the television studio who produce and license content to third parties. Also, we were never in that business. We are now. And I think it's an important thing that and when we get under the hood, that's a really healthy business. It's not as big as ours, and that's why we haven't really focused that much on doing it. The growth opportunity in our core business has been greater. But now in this transaction, we own that business. And Channing and that group do a phenomenal job. And we want them to continue to do that phenomenal job. And then HBO is another example of that, which is, as Greg said, this is a prestige television brand that people really love. And I would say that they have been doing gymnastics to make themselves into a general entertainment brand. And I think under this transaction, they don't have to do that anymore. We're already a very well-established general entertainment brand, and we want HBO to double down on the things that people have loved for 50 years about HBO. The fact that prestige television and movies in the various pay TV windows. These are the things that we're going to keep going in this business.
We're going to run Warner Brothers. It's a very successful company with an incredible legacy of film. We didn't buy the company to harm any of the value that it currently exists. We intend to release all the Warner Brothers movies in cinema the same way they do today. And here they'll come through the output deal in Canal Plus, and then through the various pay television windows around the world afterwards. So we're very excited for the acquisition, and we really do want to continue to bring out the best of everything that those companies do.
Hey, shout out to Ted Sarandos, dog. No redundancies. We in here. Told y'all, man. This is easy, bruh. This is easy. This is easy money. Easy work. This is light work. This is light work. He said, won't spoil, but Zach already. That's what I'm saying, man, bro. These people don't remember what Zach said about the Dark Knight Returns, bro. But we gonna show them. That's our job, is to show people the way, bro. The people that's been rocking out, we gonna keep showing y'all the way and keep reminding everybody of what's been happening. And then the people that's just now hopping on, right? We're gonna keep spreading the truth. It's crazy. He said there's two redundancies, Safran and Gunn. Yeah, bro. All right. He said Netflix just acts more professional and in control, not whiny and temper tantrums. Yo, can you imagine them putting out the Snyder Cut and it goes nuclear worldwide, and then they come out and call it a cul-de-sac that's not going to ever get a sequel the same weekend? Can you imagine that? No. Because that would never happen. He said the new coat they have for these is they're just going to say that stuff to get the company and then do whatever they want, like not putting movies in theaters. Okay, bro. Okay. Cool. All right. And he said, nope. Man, look, bro. The answers is here. Right? But look, and Netflix was like, look, He said, I like the way you work it. No redundancies. I gotta bag it up, bag it up. I like that. Player. Hey, what y'all don't know nothing about that, bro. Anyway, he said, what up, Iron Will? Much love, bro. He said, like I said before, these people are addicted to taking L's. You know they are. Said Pam Abdi and Mike DeLuca are probably already making their DC plan. Yo, bro, I'm telling y'all, man, I got a message from Mikey saying if Superman fails, Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi is gonna get DC. He literally said that. And what happens? Superman fails, they get re-up for an extensive renewal, right? Where they're there. James Gunn gets an extension by a couple months just to make it to this. Yeah, come on. The writing is on the wall. Yeah. Anyway, said imagine Pam Abdi and DeLuca being able to run without interference from the likes. Hey, right? Hold up. Do I still got that? Yes, I do.
Pam and I truly believe, for better or worse, you can't do our jobs or even the jobs below our jobs where you're.
First of all, she already knew where he was going. She already knew where he was going because before he even got it out, she started shaking her head like, nope. She like, nope. I just wanted to point that out. She already knew where that was going because she was shaking her head no before he even finished getting the statement.
Pam and I truly believe, for better or worse, you can't do our jobs or even the jobs below our jobs where you're a gatekeeper for material and curating what gets brought up for greenlight consideration. You cannot do the job like you're afraid to get fired. Because if you act like that, innovation dies. You're just doing the job to protect yourself, and you end up making the same movie over and over again, and the consumer moves on.
Who y'all think they talking about? Huh? Who y'all think they talking about right there? I'm gonna play this one more time.
Pam and I truly believe, for better or worse, you can't do our jobs or even the.
He said our jobs or the jobs below our jobs. Hey, y'all let me know in the chat right now who y'all think they talking about.
Pam and I truly believe, for better or worse, you can't do our jobs or even the jobs below our jobs where you're a gatekeeper for material and curating what gets brought up for greenlight consideration. You cannot do the job like you're afraid to get fired. Because if you act like that, innovation dies. You're just doing the job to protect yourself, and you end up making the same movie over and over again, and the consumer moves on.
Bro, they just left a meeting. They just left a meeting and was talking about that same shit, bro. Oh my God. Frank C, why did you send me that, bro? Why did you send me that, bro? That's a prime example of delusion right there, bro. That's a prime example, dog. Yo, he said, I like my ACLs, bro, right? Crazy. He's crazy. He said, Gunn and Peter, pulling his fool. Clearly talking about Gunny Peru and Safran. He said, word is, Safran has his exit already in motion. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? What up, Cozy? How you feeling, bro? He said Chelsea handler made a shot at Zaslav jokes at Critics' Choice Awards, and the camera showed DeLuca and Michael B. Jordan. I'm dying laughing. All right, yeah. Frank C, that's some prime delusion right there, bro. Cool. He said rumor roulette. Bro, they over here talking about never mind, man. One of these days, man. One of these days, they'll just be able to be honest with y'all, you know? He said, "Hey Sky, has there ever in history been a contract that was nullified under the conditions it was still paid in full ever?" Bro, look, listen, bro, listen to what I'm about to say, right? I've been saying this. Y'all can quote me or not, whatever. I think that the Microsoft Activision deal is gonna be will have been way more problematic than this one. I don't think this is even going to go through that much, bro. I just don't think so. Matter of fact, I think that's why now. Because look, here's the thing. If you're Paramount and you think that this is going to get broken up in litigation, why sue now? Why not let the FTC sue? Why not let the DOJ sue? Right? Why would you waste money? Because it costs money to sue somebody. It absolutely does. Right? And yes, they're a huge corporation, but hey, it still costs money. So I don't see why you sue if this is going to get broken up by the FTC or the DOJ or whatever anyway. I would just think you would probably just sit back and let it happen for you and not have to waste that money. Especially when y'all laying people off. Right? Layoffs. Oh, he said, no, I'm talking about recent contracts that fall under WB. That impacts the whole reason why. Bro, no. Oh, he said just asking for those celebrating contracts. He said, no. Look, bro, here's what can happen. As soon as this thing is done, bro, look, they can be like, hey, just go home, bro. Owners in sports do that all the time, bro. They fire coaches and they be like, yo, just go home and yeah, I'll pay the rest of your contract. Just go home. You got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Right? He said, I got a franchise for gun. Oh, he said Jackass. Come on, man. And I used to love those movies, bro. Curly Ray said, "Is just letting the haters know they also teach you all of this in college." Hey, let them know, bro. Right? He said it's so bad that Netflix won't allow Gunn to have another run. That's bro. Hey, bro, look, he ain't about to be able to go. I don't know. He better try to go back to Star-Lord, go do that Star-Lord movie, right? Because Marvel was trying to get a Star-Lord movie off the ground, right? Yeah. He said Gunn gonna get that Jazzy Jeff. He about to get tossed. Right? Yeah, bro. Yeah. And thanks for that link. Yeah. Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi got signed on for years. So ain't no fucking months. Ain't no months, bro. Ain't no months. Yo, think about that, bro. Gunn got like a 6-month extension, if that. And they over here talking about, yo, his job is secure. They said, bro, you got 6 months because we need this merger. Oh my God. He said maybe Trauma is hiring. Yeah, right? He said better go back to making parodies. Hey, I don't know where he gonna go, bro. I don't know. His best bet, he said, Iger don't want him. Hey, I'm just saying his best bet is to go back and try to do that Star-Lord movie. That's his best bet. Right? He said, you got to play that shield clip of him talking up this lawsuit the night before it got to Kempe. Bro, it's a clip of that. I don't even want to see that, yo. Hold up. Let me look at this, too, because this is what's funny. Everybody be talking about Netflix and what they do. Look, I'm about to let me find that. You got to know when to hold them. Know when to fold them. Hey, bro, yeah, that shit is true life, yo. You gotta know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Because some of y'all, bro, yo, just I don't know. Look, I would hate to keep being wrong like this, man. He said, this is what happens when you actually know business. Hey, that's what I'm saying. We've been trying to tell him. He said Gunn is going to be demoted into a space ball in space. Come on, bro. He said, and Scammy promoted it. They sitting there. Oh, yeah. Hey, I mean, this, he said, it's true. Play that clip. Hey, I don't know, bro. I ain't playing no clips right now, bro. No, I ain't even about to do that, bro. He said, praising Paramount for proving that Netflix is being sneaky. Being sneaky? You gotta know when to hold them. Know when to fold them. Right, you gotta know when to hold them and know when to fold them, man. Look, hold up. This is funny. Right? Because while everybody over here talking all this smack about Netflix, right? Let me show what the man Joe Carnahan had to say, who actually just has his movie just debuted on Netflix this past week, The Rip. Make sure to check that out. We will be watching that on Cartoons and Cereal this Saturday. But let's see what Joe Carnahan had to say.
You get guys like Matt and Ben who have been around the block and best friends who also became movie stars. It's almost unheard of.
Yeah.
Angels as human beings. Matt Damon hanging around to do hand inserts for an hour and a half.
Wow, that's
He doesn't have to do that.
crazy.
He doesn't have to- and tells the greatest stories.
What's it like working with Netflix? Obviously, the big merger and purchase happening.
They are remarkable.
Mhm.
They are. I'm not. It's not like I'm some like. It's like I'm the company man. I love you, Netflix. Please give me another movie. No, they're fantastic, man. They're just the personnel, the way they handle things, how dialed in they are. They're lovely, man.
They've had such a good year too. Train Dreams, like
I wanna see
Netflix,
Train
yeah,
Dreams.
it's
So good.
fantastic. But like, you
Great.
can't deny they're giving opportunities to filmmakers that wouldn't have existed. They're giving budgets
Yeah.
to people that wouldn't have got them otherwise.
Yeah, I don't listen, dude. I'm not clutching the pearls with this whole Warner Brothers thing. I think it's like, listen, there's still more ways now to get your work out and be seen than there was 20 years ago when there was 9 studios and a handful of independents. And if they all said no, you were self-distributing anyway. You're figuring, or you're going to 4-wall it. You know what I mean? Like, there are still more ways and more avenues, I think, right now to get your things seen than there's ever been. Guys.
See, love it. Love it. He says some people misinterpreted Matt and being interviewed. Bruh, they all gonna do that, yo. That's what they do. He said Netflix literally said they'll buy the bank, but they're sneaky. Hey, you got to understand this, Osa. It's tricky because you don't own it, So I guess in that way, they were being sneaky because they acted like they didn't want to buy Warner Brothers, and then they turned around and bought them. Right? Just saying. But they being sneaky, right? Because look, let's share this. Maybe this is why they're saying that they being sneaky, right? Because now Netflix has said, look, we were going to give you guys a combination of cash and stock, right? It was going to be $23.25 in cash and $4.50 in Netflix stock, right? So I guess that now that they came back and said, look, man, we're going to give you the exact same amount. Not a penny less and not a penny more. The price is unchanged. Said, hey, in order to make this a little bit smoother, we'll just say all cash. But I guess this makes them sneaky. Yo, bro. These people are not real, man. They're not real, dog. These are NPCs, bro. I'm convinced they're NPCs. I'm just convinced. Right? Crazy. Said I loved the rip, but those black and whites were stupid. They called all those Chargers challengers. Right? Hey, I gotta see it, bro. Because I was like 20 minutes in and I was like, okay. He said, they didn't misinterpret shit. They just deliberately lie and clip out things so they can use it to promote their completely opinionated, clout farming, dubious worldview. Hey, man. And that's why I'm just like, let them have at it, bro. Because they better than me because I couldn't do it. I couldn't live my life like that. Couldn't be having those conversations with you guys like that. Right? I couldn't come on this internet and be purposely trying to make y'all mad and get you guys to not go watch stuff and get you guys to just be upset about the state of Hollywood and movies and all that stuff and all that type of stuff. That's just not what I'm here for, bro. Not here to lie. He said, personally, I think some stock is the better, but if the major shareholders prefer all cash, then good on Netflix for doing what they need to get a deal to move along. And that is a great point, right? Because it is, some stock is better, but people that don't understand that, they're going to do things like call them sneaky, right? So instead of saying, hey, I just don't know shit about business, I'm going to call them sneaky. I always just be like, yo, they sneaky, bro. Like, what is that? You ain't see that? That's sneaky. Is that what? How they just gonna? How you just gonna renege? Man, come on, right? Oh my god. He said artist equity and Netflix a winning combo, right? Hey, I'm sure artist equity gonna be involved in that Batfleck movie. Right? Which we're gonna be discussing Batman tomorrow. Promise. I promise. He said shareholders of Netflix, the $400 billion company, were uneasy about the stock being included, so they eased their worries. Everyone is happy. All right. He said, didn't Gunn and Safran reboot the DCEU when they didn't have to? I heard they weren't asked to reboot by WBD. Here is what happened, Slipknot. I'm glad you asked that question. This for the people in the back. So when and this is to my knowledge, and this is my opinion on what happened, right? But right, when David Zasloff and Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi and all them came in, the plan was to do one last ride with the Snyderverse characters. That is why you had all these changes being made to these movies, where all of these Snyderverse actors were brought back, put in these films, right? Batfleck was put into The Flash, even more so than we saw. He was supposed to be at the end of the movie, in a post-credit scene. It was supposed to be Batfleck, right? That got taken out. Batfleck was supposed to be in Aquaman 2. That got taken out, right? Cavill was supposed to be at the end in the end of The Flash. He actually filmed the scene for that. He actually filmed that, right? He was supposed to be at the end of that movie with Sasha Calle, right? That didn't happen. They took that from us, right? I'm pretty sure that Michael Keaton Batman was supposed to live too. That didn't happen, right? Which, whatever. You know, Batfleck was going to be in Constantine 2. Like, it's just all these things that were going to happen, right? And you started getting the rumors about Man of Steel 2, right? The Black Adam thing happens. Cavill announces he's back. All of this is happening, and there's two different routes that they can go down, right? You have the one route that they're going down because they're bringing everybody back. They're changing these movies. They're reshooting. They're investing. They're throwing money at this stuff. Zach is teasing. Zach talking about, I can't wait to work with you again. I mean, all of the signs were there, right? So that's going on. And then while that is going on, you simultaneously have somebody like James Gunn and Peter Safran that are pitching this young reboot. And they know what else is they know what's going on. But this whole time, they're pitching this young reboot. So you are correct. They were not asked to reboot this thing. That's what they wanted to do. After the Black Adam numbers started coming back in, that's when they started leaning more towards, or the Black Adam projections, right? Because a great big chunk of the Zack Snyder fandom got psyoped by all of these fucking content creators, and they tricked all of y'all to not go watch Black Adam. They've sat out there and ran these same people out there now that's trying to give y'all all this information and act like they cool and all that. These are the same people that was saying boycott Black Adam, that was saying boycott The Flash. All of these things are happening. And when the projections start coming in for Black Adam, they started leaning towards, hey, well, look, if this isn't going to be successful, right? If people really don't want Cavill back, because like I said many, many times, hey guys, do you think it's going to be a good look if Henry Cavill, who is Zack Snyder's Superman, is in this Black Adam movie and it doesn't do well? People told me that I was tripping. They was like, hey, Sky, you don't know what you're talking about. Blah, 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 blah. I was like, hey, just shut up and go see the movie, right? But honestly, I'm glad y'all didn't. I'm glad you guys showed yourselves. Everything had to happen anyway. But yeah, so all that was going on. And then when Black Adam did what it did, they hired James Gunn right after to do the young reboot. So this was all his. No. Like, that's why I don't want to hear nothing about this being pushed on James Gunn. I don't want to hear nothing about no notes, right? Anything that they made him do, or trust me, it was probably warranted, right? Because he had all of the leeway, right? They canceled all these movies when they really didn't have to. They gave him what was supposed to be Man of Tomorrow, right? No. No. He said none of their and none of their efforts to boycott, lie, stain, cheat, and steal from the greatest universe that never was even mattered. You lose, so you get nothing. I said good day. He said, good old ball cap, huh? He said, about to be man of never. Yeah, bro. Black Adam was fire. Did y'all see what Will Smith just posted? No, send it to me, bro. What did he post? Dead shot? Did Will Smith just post dead shot? Telling y'all, man, it's too easy, bro. It's too easy. Reality is catching up with me. Facing my inner child, I'm fighting for custody with these responsibilities that they entrusted me. And I look down, hey, bro. No one man should have all that power. Hey, shout out to Austin, the most effective, dog. Should I send it to you on Instagram? Yeah, we'll be on Instagram, dog. Hold on, man. Okay, wait. Okay, oh, wait. You know what? I ain't even gonna do that. Nope, that's gonna be another stream. I ain't even gonna do that. Anyway, because I'm about to start closing down shortly anyway. I ain't even gonna do that. Nope, I'm gonna mind these conversations out, bro. Cause I'm gonna let everybody talk about what I don't know, man. I'm kind of just I want everybody to get their talking points out just so everybody can kind of see what's going on, you know. All right. I don't know. He said that you will have 3-hour streams soon. Nah, man. No. All right. No. He said Karen posted too. Hey, I don't know. If Karen Fukuhara, bro, look, I'm about to. Yeah, because that deserves its own stream. You know. L. Turner said, "What up, Skywalker? Just let everybody know you're a time traveler from a very near future where the Snyderverse has already returned." Bro, I'm saying, look, but okay, I got a question, L. Turner. If I was, would y'all have listened anyway? Because they didn't want to listen anyway, bro. I could have brought back a fucking Blu-ray. Zack Snyder's Justice League 2. I'd have been like, look, y'all, Netflix is the key. They still would have did that. Bro. I could have brought back the Blu-rays and was like, look, Netflix is the key. I promise you, I already got the movies. Like, the trilogy is already over with, you know? Like, I swear I can just pop these in and you can watch them, but I just don't want to spoil them for you. I'd have been like, yo, I promise. They'd have been like, nah, man. We don't want to listen to you. We still want to not honor the ROEs, bro. But it's fine because everything everything played out exactly the way it was supposed to happen. That's why we over here and they over there. For sure. All right. He said, if I'd have been in charge of DC, I would have released the air cut. Hey, well, I got something for that, bro.
I would just release the air cut.
Yeah, well, he doesn't want the air cut to be released, so there's that. All right.
Oh, my God. Oh, man. He said, I'm convinced, and I am so, hey, I'm just telling y'all this. The lineup that we got coming is about to be so much better, bro. Nah. He said, I brought back a fucking VHS, bro. He said, right? Oh, my God. Mama Bear said extra long streams. We'll call it the syndicate cut. Hey, you know what though? I was thinking, and while Necron in here, bro, we got to start doing some cool table streams, bro. Austin's right. I think the people need that, bro. Cool table got to come back, bro. The return of the cool is upon us. All right. Yep. He said, hey, I had a Snyder stream today. Can I come back to the cool kids table, bro? Get out of here, bro. Your card is revoked. He said, also leave, leave Batfleck and Aquaman too. Yeah, right, for sure. Right? Vitor says Zach only started posting pics of Snyderverse like crazy almost every day when he was dealing with WB to release the Snyder Cut, and we only realized that when it was announced. It's happening again. Hey, we've been saying it. We've been trying to tell y'all for the longest. Right? Hold up. Are we at 50 likes? Let me see. Oh, no. We ain't even close to it. He said his table, the buffet. All right, yeah, the food table, bro. I'm done, bro. Look, y'all put your last comments down at the bottom. All right. He said definitely retcon the Flash. Yo, they literally have the power to do all that. Cause pretty sure that footage is still there. Right? Pretty sure that footage is still there. I'm pretty sure it's still there. Pretty sure. Right? But yeah, look, I'm about to get on out of here, man. I'm going to catch y'all tomorrow. I'll be back talking about this Batman situation. He over there. But which Batman is this, Sky? Y'all going to find out tomorrow. Right? We're going to get it, y'all. And I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to catch y'all. Peace. this shit probably has been in the works, bro, for quite some time, man. Because if Toby and him was that tight,
you know what's crazy, Sky, is when we talked about this before, I completely misread that. Because you remember my reaction, right? My reaction was like, I thought we knew this. I was reading this as Saffron for some strange reason. It was Emery.
no, yeah, bro, it was Toby.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
That changes
bro.
everything.
Yeah, no, you definitely
I was
had
just riding or something.
a very muted reaction.
Yeah.
No, bro, that is Toby, bro. That's Toby. Your name, Toby.
Bro, that changes everything. Bro.
Would you be overjoyed if your stories were able to continue in any form, even if it was on a third party outside of WBD?
Well, I think you've seen some things out there, right? And we're excited about the film. Of course, you know, we were saddened by the events that caused Zack Snyder and Deborah Snyder to have to leave and turn the reins over to Joss Whedon. But he was already working with us on some of the scenes for the additional photography that we're going to be doing shortly, and it was fortunate that, you know, Zack convinced him and he agreed to step in and finish the movie, help Zack finish his vision, and we're excited about that.
You said that you wouldn't be back except for The Dark Knight Returns. But I don't know, if Netflix finally has it and you could hypothetically continue, would you be open to it?
If Netflix had owned the rights to the DC characters in my extended universe, of course I would absolutely whatever yeah. No question.
I'll be very happy.
Yeah.
I'll be very happy.
The Zack Snyder fans are weirdos.
Do you think James Gunn can reboot the DC universe properly?
This answer your question. Oh my God. James Gunn.
Hey Walton, James Gunn's not more successful than Zack Snyder at the box office. Zack Snyder, look at Batman v Superman and how well 300 did and all that stuff. Boy, I gotta tell you, James Gunn's fans, you guys are like, you're more aggressive. Let's just say more aggressive than even Snyder fans, and that's saying something. Woo! And you got a lot of free time, I must say.
Woo! Hold on.
Superman is my most anticipated film for DC in years, and I have a question. We know the Snyder fandom have not been kind to the film. Every right to stay bitter on WB due to what happened to Zack Snyder. Nothing happened to Zack Snyder. Nobody has a right to be mad about anything. It has nothing to fucking do with you. Get over it. And listen, I say this as a massive Zack Snyder defender because, forget Rebel Moon. Okay, take Rebel Moon out of it. And all of his filmography, there's only one movie Zack Snyder's made that I didn't really like, and that was I've liked or loved every single other movie, particularly, of course, Man of Steel. But he's just a director. It's not his movies. It never is. It's the studio's movies. He was hired just like any director, just like Peyton Reed was hired to come in and make Ant-Man. Ant-Man doesn't suddenly belong to Peyton Reed. He came in, and look, the reality is, as it doesn't matter how much I loved Man of Steel or Batman vs. Superman or whatever, the reality is a whole hell of a lot of the audience did not. That's just the reality. Now, if you want to be butthurt and act I get disappointed too when things I like gets canceled, but oh well, then you move on. You want to get butthurt as if this was some kind of personal affront? I don't know. To me, it's absolutely pathetic.
But anyway, man, any last words, bro, before I shut this thing down? Because, I'm about to get on out of here. I'd already cooked these meals. Bro, you dig?
Just one.
What?
Bang.